So it is now time for another Q&A brought to you by Candid, and I'm happy to report that our group in Candid, the Humanist Report group, is now almost at 350 members, which I think is really good for a new app. So let's go ahead and get into some questions. Since this first debate was so useless, do you think that Gary Johnson and Jill Stein will be on the next two debates? Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be the case because their poll numbers haven't really moved since the first debate, and at this point it may be too late because they have to reach that 15% threshold, and not just one poll, in 5 different polls, so it's really difficult. So I mean, the best strategy is to follow Jill Stein's lead if you're a third-party candidate and kind of insert yourself in the way that she did on Democracy Now! I thought that was brilliant. Congratulations, Mike, on your engagement. I wish you and your partner lots of happiness watching your Q&A now on YouTube. Keep up the good, wonderful, amazing, and awesome work. Love your show. Thank you so much. Hey Mike, Democracy Now! Did a great segment called Expanding the Debate, which gave Dr. Stein an opportunity to answer the questions that were asked in the presidential debate. Check it out. I did check it out. I didn't watch the whole thing, but this is brilliant. I think this should be the future. We have to help these third-party candidates by utilizing new media, and this is one way to do it. I think it's great. Do you think the Green Party will grow from here? I firmly believe they will. Even if we don't win this round, I think we could potentially be a big threat to the establishment. I agree with you. I think that if we help them hit that 5%, they're going to get federal funding, which could be a big booster for them. And now that the establishment sees them as a threat, that only means one thing. They're going to have to compete. And that means the Democratic Party is going to have to move to the left. Otherwise, they're going to lose more voters to third-party candidates. They're only going to get bigger. But in the end, we do need electoral reform. We can't do much for third parties in terms of a majoritarian system that we have now. But my hopes is that the Republican Party goes the way of the dodo, and the Democrats just move to the right where they want to be, and the Green Party emerges as the new liberal party. Will your podcast ever be on Stitcher? You know, I've gotten this request a couple of times, so let me look into it. I haven't used Stitcher, and I haven't heard about it until you guys brought it to my attention, so I'll certainly look into that. Your opinion of Chelsea Manning facing solitary confinement for attempting suicide. This is really frustrating to me because Chelsea Manning is a hero, so she shouldn't even be detained in the first place. But the fact that you think that placing her in solitary confinement is a solution to her attempting suicide just shows that our prison system, it needs reform badly. That's only going to exacerbate the problem and make things worse. If you want to stop someone from preventing suicide, you give them treatment. You don't lock them up like an animal. So I am 100% against this. I mean, yes, we have to stop her from harming herself if we can, but solitary confinement is not the way to do it. So we have to give her access to psychiatric and psychological treatment that she needs to overcome this, because she's going through a difficult time. She made really the ultimate sacrifice for her country. When watching Mike or Kyle, does anyone else ask themselves, I wonder if he's wearing any pants? You know, this is a good question. I always wear pants because I'm sitting on a stool that's really uncomfortable. So I will admit, though, that sometimes I do wear pajamas. And yes, they are Batman pajamas. Dear Mike, I met Jill Stein last night, and at the end of our convo, I gave you a shout out, but she says she knows you already and loves you and would want to bring you to the White House. Well, for one, thanks for the shout out. I'm definitely jealous that you met Jill Stein. And this is extremely flattering. I don't know that I would be qualified to serve in the White House, you know, as an advisor or something like that. But the fact that she would want to bring me to the White House with her, it shows that I'm doing something right, because I really look up to Jill Stein. She's a huge role model to me. So if I am doing something that she approves of, then I know I'm headed in the right direction. But that would be really intimidating for me to serve in the White House, I think. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Mike, you are awesome. Keep up the great work. That's all. Thank you so much. Mike, you should do more proper YouTube videos like the 100 Coats of Things challenge. Yeah, I'll probably pass on that. One, because if I do like the 100 coats or the 100 shirts, I'm a little bit too claustrophobic for that. And I don't think the viewers who tune in for political news would like to see that so much, but we'll see. Maybe I'll start a second channel someday. What posts do you prefer to read and respond to most? There's no exact criteria, but I typically pick the ones on Candid that allow me to answer quickly, because I'm a chatterbox. So if you ask a really big question that deserves a nuanced answer, I don't know that I'm going to take that question, so that way I can answer more. But if it's something that just warrants a quick answer, I'm most likely going to pick that one. Hi Mike, first of all, I'm having a lot of fun with this app. Once your 70,000 plus followers join in, we might blow it up. I'm wondering if you'd be willing to talk about yourself a bit. When and why did you become so passionate about politics? When did you decide to start your webcast, and how difficult was it for you to develop your audience? Your webcast is my favorite progressive broadcast because it's smart, insightful, and informative. The production of your podcast is impressive too. Do you produce and edit your videos by yourself? Questions. Take care. Well, thank you so much first for all the kind words. That's honestly, it means a lot to know that with all the great options you have out there, that mine is, your favorite. That's great. That's honestly, I don't even know how to respond to that. It's just heartwarming. Now, when it comes to the podcast and how I did it, let's see. The first part of the question was, why did I become so passionate about politics? This was kind of a gradual thing. In 2008, I think that President Obama, or candidate Obama back then, galvanized me. I took some political science classes, so that really sparked my interest. And then President Obama's campaign inspired me and got me to pay attention. And sometimes people will see a candidate that inspires them, but they tune out after the election. And I kind of stayed engaged, and it just kind of augmented. And I became really passionate about politics and issues and whatnot. And, the rest was history. And here I am now, complaining about politics every single day. So, as for the last part, do you produce and edit your videos? I do literally 100% of the Humanist Report by myself. The only help I had was when I first started, I had my nephew, Isaac, who I think he's still listed on the contact or the staff page on the website. He was running the Facebook page for me, or co-running it, and posting like articles from around the web of just like progressive issues and whatnot. But he's not doing that anymore because he's gotten busy and it's taking up other projects. But I film, produce, edit everything. I manage the website. It's very time consuming, and I try to make the production value high because if someone is seeing my podcast for the very first time, I want to leave the biggest impression possible. So I make sure it's well produced. I make sure that when I go through and edit the videos, I fact check myself. I watch it again to make sure there's no mistakes. It's a lot of work, and yeah, I'm doing it all by myself. Every time you see me respond to a comment on YouTube, that's me, nobody else. It's all me. So it's a lot of work, but I'm driven to keep doing it because I care about these issues, and you guys tune in. Just joined, love your YouTube videos. Thank you. All right, so that is all of the questions and comments that I will take. If you too would like to join the discussion and ask a question that you'd like answered on next week's Q&A, you can visit the Humanist Report group on Candid, which is an app available on iOS and Android. Go and join. I'll see you guys there.